Hey there, YouTubes. Did you know I'm a sweet transvestite? Actually, no. That's a joke. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Gotta love it. But, in my video about androgyny, I've noticed in the comments section some people have been mixing up some words. Or at least from what I understand, they're mixing up words. So, let's check it out. One word that I see being used somewhat, and honestly quite mistakenly, is the word above me. Transvestite. According to dictionary.com, transvestite is a noun. A person, especially male, who assumes the dress and manner usually associated with the opposite sex. Definition 2. A person who seeks sexual pleasure from wearing clothes that are normally associated with the opposite sex. Definition 3. A person who seeks sexual pleasure from wearing the clothes that are normally associated with the opposite sex. Definition 4. A person, and especially male, who adopts the dress and often the behavior typical of the opposite sex, especially for purposes of emotion or sexual gratification. That does not sound what these people were actually attempting to mean. But transgender, I think is a little bit more closer to what these people are trying to say. Transgender, by definitions on dictionary.com, a person appearing or attempting to be a member of the opposite sex as a transsexual or habitual crossdresser. Definition 2. Adjective, of or relating to a person who wants to belong to the opposite sex. Definition 3. Of or relating to or being a person who identifies with or expresses a gender identity that differs from the one that corresponds with the birth sex. And this definition, transgender, honestly sounds a little bit more like what these people have been trying to get at by using the word transvestite, which sadly in our culture is, these two are mixed up, and quite wrongly, might I add. But moving on, there's another word that is also kind of in this mix that sometimes gets put out there incorrectly. Transsexual. A person who permanently acts the part of or completely identifies with the opposite sex. Definition 2. A person who has undergone medical or surgical procedures to alter their sexual characteristics to those of the opposite sex. So, basically you have transvestite, which honestly is a derogatory from what I've understood, which is more about sexual gratification. You have transgendered, which is a person who just whose mind does not match what's in their shorts. And then you have a transsexual, who is technically a transgendered person, but a transsexual has taken corrective steps in order to make their mind and their shorts match. And androgyny, which, just to get this idea clear, as in case somebody out there is not really clear what androgyny is. Androgyny, being both male and female, hermaphroditic. Definition 2, both masculine and feminine characteristics, which masculine and feminine characteristics are more of what are portrayed by gender play, by gender expression. Having ambiguous sexual identity, being gender neutral. Neither clearly masculine or clearly feminine in appearance. Again, people who you can't really tell. And I'm going to just put this out there, the definitions that I learned in college from just interacting with people. Transgender, a person whose head does not match their shorts. Simply enough. Or, an umbrella term for all gender creative people, including butch women, feminine men, drag performers, transsexuals, androgynous people, and people who just don't fit traditional gender norms. Transsexual, a post-operative transgender person, a person who has undergone corrective treatments so that their mind matches what's in their shorts. Transvestite, a derogatory word, of or related to cross-dressing for sexual reasons. So, where does this put us? This puts us with a couple of ideas about language, about the words that are actually associated with the T in LGBT. I honestly don't really know what else to say other than just to try and clarify these words. Transvestite, it's not the right word if you're just talking about somebody who their heart doesn't match, or their mind doesn't match their shorts. The word is not transvestite. For a person whose body does not match their mind, the word is transgendered. Then, or if the person has taken corrective steps so that their mind matches their body, then the person is called a transsexual. And then androgynous, somebody who you can't really tell. Male or female, kind of gender neutral, basically. Superqueer, the big gay superhero, is considered androgynous. There were numerous times where people assumed that superqueer was male, even though it was portrayed by a female. And that's specifically why superqueer identifies as gender neutral, as androgynous. So I hope that this gives you just a little bit better idea about how and when and where to use these words. Peace out, YouTubes.